guys, Marty Schwartz here with GuitarJams.com, website with a lot of lessons and information. What I'm going to do right now is do another one of those more intermediate, advanced kind of scale mode lessons. So I was jamming a G7 chord. You know, a G dominant thing. There's a lot of different ways to play a G dominant. You could have a G9. You know, a lot of just that G dominant sound, okay? Now the cool thing about a G7 or a 7 chord is, you know, the mode would be G Mixolydian. But when we're playing kind of the dominant bluesy world, the thing that's so cool about it is we could play over a G7. Our ear has kind of been inclined to let the G blues scale or the G minor pentatonic still work over that. You know, that works, and we love that sound. I love that. Another thing, though, over a G7, you could actually play the G major pentatonic over that. Which is the same thing as the E minor pentatonic, but you're playing it over G instead. So we already off the bat, we've got two really cool sounding scales for it. The G minor pentatonic, the G major pentatonic, and then also, you know, the G Mixolydian. All those things, all those scales can be used over that was the G major, G minor, and I think just, you know, our ears are just used to hearing that minor pentatonic, you know, working over a G7 because of the blues. Okay, but here's what I did. I tried to demonstrate it in that intro there. I took the same pool of notes, the same scale, the same fingering, everything as the last video on this channel, which I was using the A root on a D note and playing over a D minor. I was playing the D minor pentatonic right here, and then we turned it into what was called a D Dorian. When you're learning the mode shapes, there's always one string through that only has two notes on it. And for this shape, it's the D string. Okay, now check this out. D Dorian is basically, what it is it's really, it's the C major scale. But we're shifting the tonal center to D. Playing it over D minor 7. And that gives us what's called D Dorian. Well, modes work like this. You take a different note of that 7-note scale and shift it and think of that as the tonal center with its accompanying tonal center chord, and now you've switched modes. So what I did was I decided to keep it in this key. So D Dorian is all the same notes as G Mixolydian. It's also all the same notes as C major scale, and some other modes as well. But I don't want to add any more to the mix than what we covered in the last video and now this one. So this is a position of G Mixolydian actually, but we got to know where the G roots are, just so we kind of can resolve our licks as we're learning to use this position of it. So here are our roots for G Mixolydian. right here, the 5th fret of the D string. And then we have right here, the 8th fret of the B. Those are our roots now. So watch, if I just loop a G7 chord, so I've got the G7 going, I can play this, everything we did for D Dorian, but everything resolves now to this note. So watch. That's the root 2.